Hi, good evening, everybody. Calling to order our board meeting for August 19th. We'll start with the roll call. Ms. Jenkins?
Ms. Abrams? Mr. Anthony? Here. Mr. Mingus? Present. Mr. Duncan?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Piazza? Ms. Richards?
Present.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Present.
Mr. Toller?
Here. Would ask you to please stand with us. I would ask Mr. Moore, if he would, to lead us in our pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let the record indicate Mr. Piazza is with us. Item C, consider approval of board minutes for August the 5th, 2025. Do we hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Westmoreland, seconded by Mr. Anthony. Any discussion, corrections, or public input? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote.
Voting is open.
Yes, Miss Cindy.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. On over to item 2A, update sales tax summary. Mr. McNeely, fun with numbers. This is good numbers.
It's fun when they're up.
Yeah.
So we did get July's sales tax numbers, and they're up 6.9% compared to last year. So I'm excited to see what's going on with our local economy. It continues to improve. I wouldn't count on the 6.9. Historically, it says it's 4.5. So if by the end of the year we're at 4.5 as an average, that would be great.
Yeah. Any other questions? No action needed. Move on to item B, update on the EFID sales tax summary.
Same thing, except it was up almost 11%. And that tax just has a different tax base because there's some things that are excluded from our other, so it has a little different number. But yeah, it was up 10%. Once again, I would think 4.5% for the year would be a good number. So don't get too infatuated with that bottom line right now.
Absolutely. And
Good to see that.
item C, discuss the AP check register for June 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 25 for the amount of $35,868,826.06. Mr.
Didn't receive
McNeely.
any questions, so if y'all have anything, just to note, that 35 million is not all money that we're spending. Some of that 35 million is the sales tax we remit to the town of Amite, the city of Hammond, the parish government, that's part of the money that's going out is actually sales tax for those other entities that we collect.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
What are all the Acadian ambulance things? Could you explain that? I don't ever recall seeing that before.
I don't know.
It says Acadian ambulance a bunch of times. It's not a whole lot, but it's like cameras or something. I don't remember ever seeing that before.
That is possibly that is, and I'm going to break my own rule, but I'm going to guess. I think that's the GPSs on our buses and on our equipment.
That's the GPS of the monitor.
Which is needed,
See, I
100%.
never saw that before, but.
Okay. Any other questions?
Before we go to the superintendent's report, I do want to I want to make a motion to waive the rules and to add an agenda item.
We have two of those to do, but go ahead and do the first one, and that's for the personnel meeting.
Yes,
From
so
tonight?
we have a time-sensitive thing that came to Personnel Committee before this board meeting was held, and so I'd like to motion to waive the rules to add agenda item to adopt the minutes from tonight's personnel meeting.
Okay, have a motion?
Second.
Second. This motion needs to be unanimous to add it to the agenda. Mr. Piazza made the motion, seconded by Ms. Richard.
Voting is open. Motion carries.
Okay, now it's on the agenda. Do I hear a motion that we adopt the minutes from our personnel meeting from tonight?
So move.
Motion made by Mr. Piazza, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Richard. Any discussion? Any public input? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. And welcome, Ms. Amanda.
Yes.
Voting is open.
I think so.
Did I not vote?
Who are we missing? Ms. Rose?
I'm texting mine. I mean, I'm sitting mine.
It doesn't show you connected. Can you hit it again, please?
Mine too?
Yeah, I hit it. Let's see.
There you go. There it is.
Do it again. Is that it now?
Yes, but I hit it too.
Motion carries.
Thank you, members of the board. Appreciate y'all.
Okay. We have one more motion that I would like to entertain. Someone would make the motion for me to add to the agenda, motion to reconsider for the electrical contract that we covered 2 meetings ago.
I'll make the motion for you.
So moved by
I'll
Mr.
second.
Duncan, second by Mr. Piazza. This is a motion to bring it back to the agenda, and then we'll cover the motion.
The electrical
Motion's to waive the
contract
rule.
from when?
I don't know the date of the meeting. It was 2 meetings ago.
Yes, that was for the electrical. That was, finance.
The electrical contract awarded to Marks Electric.
Well, and the secondary.
And the secondary, yeah. Which was, the pause, that's it.
So this motion is to put it on the agenda,
So this motion is to waive the rules.
to waive the rules, to be
To add it.
unanimous,
I'll,
to put it on the agenda.
To put it on the agenda?
Yes. Okay.
For discussion.
Know who the secondary contractor was?
Paula, Randy
Randy
DePaula.
DePaula. Thank you. Motion by
Mr. Duncan, second by Mr. Piazza.
It was working for you guys.
Call for a vote whenever you're ready.
voting is open.
My microphone is not working again.
I unplugged
That's by design.
it. Yeah, we did it on purpose.
Somebody, Mr.
Yes.
McNeely, somebody check my microphone.
Just let me go. Yes. Yeah, it was by design. Before you got here, I went, but Mr. Porter told me to do it.
Motion carries.
All right, I entertain a motion now for a motion to reconsider, send this back to administration I'll entertain that if somebody would like to make that motion for me.
Can we get some discussion before
Well,
that?
make a
Well,
motion.
I'll make a motion so we can
Okay,
discuss it.
motion made by Mr. Piazza,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Mingus. Just an explanation on that, y'all remember, we did a RFQ for this, just our RFP to request for proposals. They were scored by the administration. 3 contractors, one came really low, and then we chose the top 2, which in fact, what we did is exclude the number 3rd company from doing any electrical work for us. The scorecards lack a little bit to be desired, to be nice about it. What I would like to do is go back and do the RFQ again. And I think I've got with Mr. McNeely on that as far as either coming to the board to do the RFQ or different people or whatever. You want me to explain in greater detail? I can.
No, the contracts have already been signed with Marks Electric and DePaula, so you didn't ask about us going out for proposals again. I don't know that that's something that we could do at this point.
That was going to be my question, the legal aspects of that, since we've already entered into a contract. I don't know legally where we sit on that.
We have the power to reconsider a motion.
Yes.
We'll have to go forward. And we may not change anything. The RFQs could come back the same and nothing could change because Mark's prices are obviously the best prices. I tried to call him today to remind him about that. Our plan is probably not to change, definitely not to change anything with Mark's. But if we come back and we reconsider, do the RFQ properly, come back to the board, and we can either adopt that RFQ or we can go forward. But if we decide to change the contract, then we'll have to get into a legal discussion.
So could we just add Sharkey as
Yeah.
an addition to the,
We
instead
could.
of
That's what
going
I've been
back with
asking
the
for
RFP?
last two meetings, was to add them as a 3rd vendor and not to exclude them.
So
They
if
just
I
got
make-
through doing 14 air conditionings in our school systems and the electrical. So to exclude them would be, in my opinion, would not be a wise choice.
So can I ask, since we have the waived rule, I would like to make the motion to just add Sharkey's Electric as our 3rd candidate to be placed in the event that we could use them and not exclude them as previously stated in the RSQ.
I would say,
That's what I,
well, not as a 3rd, but as a second
alternative.
alternate,
Yeah,
where they,
second alternate.
where DePaula and Sharkey would alternate after, as a secondary if
Yes.
Mark can't do it. But I don't see any reason to disturb what we already did with Mark. As you said, I mean, that one, he was way ahead.
Way ahead.
Absolutely.
But yeah, my thought was that we could use DePaula and Sharkey as alternates, and they could just alternate between the two of them if,
And for clarity, this is only for maintenance electrical. Anything that we do that's big is going to go out for proposals that everybody, including Sharkey, can
And that's the
propose.
whole reason why I wanted to reconsider it, because as we voted now, Sharkey's is excluded from doing electrical work for our administration.
No, they're
for
not.
maintenance.
Yes, it is.
They're just not our maintenance contractor. They can do any other electrical work that we have. I just want clarity on that. But, yeah,
What is the difference then? We
Like-
wouldn't have them on contract?
if we need to change out a service that's $25,000, which is cheap, we need to go out for quotes for that, and they can quote that. What's happened in the past is there have been large jobs that have been done under the maintenance contract that actually needed to go out for quotes. So the maintenance contract will strictly be, can you change out a broken light? Can you change out, and those will be based on an hourly rate. So I don't even know how much, if DePaula will ever be used, because when we call Mark, he's going to be the primary, and if he can do it, he will do it. But yes, I don't oppose if you want to add.
So let's just, so the motion,
Yeah. Question.
the amended motion would be to add Sharkey Electric as a second alternate.
And you as a
in our-
board have the ability to do that regardless of RFPs. This is, because this
Yeah,
is
this is a
service.
service project, contract.
And again, I just don't think it requires us to go do those
That way we're not-
RFPs again. I think we just add them as an alternate along with Mr. DePaul.
Okay. Motion's been made. Do we hear a second?
Well, that's the amended motion.
Yeah.
but I still had a question. Okay. My question is, okay, because right now, Mr. DePaula, he's second in the call, right? So in the event that Mark can't, and then it rolls to him, will it automatically roll to him, or you would be calling either one?
Should go to him next.
What I'm hearing from the board is, in the event, we call Mark and say,
Right, and he
the
can't.
lights in Kentwood Gym need to be
can't do it.
fixed. And he says, I can't do it. The first call would go to DePaula.
Okay,
If that ever happened again, the first call would go to Sharkey.
Would alternate between Sharkey and DePaula for jobs that Mark can't do.
well, see, now I can see Mr. DePaula may have a problem if they, you know what I'm saying?
I have an issue with that though, too, because if Mr. DePaula is cheaper than the Sharkey one, he should come first in front of Sharkey anyway in that line of order, no matter what.
Their proposals were the same as far as price.
Okay,
So they
well
were the
then-
same as part, okay,
That's what I
I'm not
recall
looking at
seeing.
the,
Here you go.
oh, you have it?
The difference in the scoring was a scoring Sharkey by experience.
My intent with this
He's
whole
cheaper.
process is to make sure that we have vendors, especially local, that we can
he's
call
cheaper.
on when
Yes.
we need to call on
On
them.
certain things.
The administration can work out, and Charlie, y'all can work out who you call when. Obviously, we have a lower price with Marks Electric. We want to make sure that we always, on the conservative side, do the best we can with our dollars.
Yeah.
What I wanted to correct was the fact that we excluded a local company based on an RFP that did not look fair, and just wanted to bring that back to the board. If all we need to do is bring Sharky's back into the mix, and the administration has the ability to use them when needed,
Hourly rate. like,
then
take
problem
that out.
solved.
We just want, the motion is to add Sharkey as an additional second alternate,
Yeah. Okay.
and direct the administration to enter the appropriate contracts to do so. And it's an amended, I'm amending Mr. Piazza's motion, so it's still his
Reconsider.
motion. Yeah, it's still his motion,
So let's,
seconded by whoever seconded it.
Yeah.
Was it Rose?
And again, I just want to mention, because I'm looking at the actual queue, Mr. DePaula is cheaper on his hourly rates. The only thing he was more on was his equipment rental. So that's what I'm saying. I think it needs to go to him first and then go to Sharkey if he's unavailable to do it. Because it's going to save us money to do that. So I just want to make sure in that motion I agree with Ms. Richards on that.
well, and I think that falls back on the administration's responsibility, depending
Yeah.
on what the job is. It may not require rental equipment.
Yeah, again, I just want to make sure that is.
I just don't want them
she
to
brings
be,
up a valid
I don't want
point.
somebody to be excluded.
No, and I agree.
This fixes that.
And I brought that up that night. That
Yeah.
they do a lot of work
Yeah.
with ACs and.
Like I
didn't
said, they
want to
just
discriminate.
installed, what, 14 of our air conditioners?
Well, that's a different
The vast
section,
majority
of
of
it,
them.
but yes. you're right.
But all the electrical,
Yeah.
who did the electrical on all those AC units,
Look, I agree.
you know? So the first vote will be on the amendment.
Okay.
Well, no, it's an alternate amendment.
It's a,
He's amending his motion, so that's the motion.
the
Mr.
motion
Duncan
is,
made the motion. Who seconded
No,
Mr.
Mr.
Duncan?
Piazza is making the motion to add Sharkey Electrical as a second alternate on our electrical services contract.
And Mr.
Seconded by Ms. Dominguez.
Yes.
And directing the administration to collect,
To enter into the appropriate contracts.
okay.
Just in case DePaula or Sharkey call you and say, man, they don't ever call me. I can't imagine a world in which we call Marks Electric and he says,
No.
I can't be there.
Absolutely.
But I think, like, I understand Tom's intent, which is that it was just kind of a slight to Sharkey's, given the excellent track record that they have. So to say that they are not an option, I think that's what he's trying, I get the impression that's really what he's trying to heal here. We want to keep a great relationship with them.
yes.
Call for a vote? Yes, ma'am.
I'll call for public input, because we added it to the
Yeah.
agenda.
Any public input?
Come on, man.
Any discussion? Okay, call for a vote.
Voting is open.
I pressed yes for something. I said, I hope it was for that.
Motion carries.
All right. Moving into item 3A, Superintendent's Report. Ms. Dillon.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Item 3A, I'm asking the board to consider approval to refer policy JBCC, student assignment, to the policy committee. And we're referring this because Mr. Piazza asked for us to sort of solidify the procedural protocol when a transfer student has either attendance issues or discipline issues at the school. So we're prepared to bring that back and include that in the policy, and that's why we're referring that.
Okay, do we hear that in form of a motion?
I motion to
Motion
adopt.
made by Mr. Piazza, send it to Policy Committee, second by Ms. Dominguez. Any questions? Public input?
I have one question.
All right.
Since this concerns transfer students, what is the major reason for the concern?
Well, in the policy that the board approved, it says that if there's attendance, if any transfer student does not maintain good discipline or attendance, then they could be returned to their home zone school. Mr. Piazza asked if we could present and have the board approve the procedure for that and the protocol, which is what we want to bring to you all in policy and get your input on.
So a more refined
Yeah,
thing of, hey,
so it's
if
clear.
you miss this many, because right now it's unclear.
So this is different. This is different from a student who is actually attending school in their own zone. We're saying that if you come from another zone, then because you have the same problems that a kid who is in school in his proper zone, he would not be dismissed from the school, right?
No, it would only be for
So-
transfer students.
All right. So I have a problem with that. And I
Well, the
think
board
all
approved that
students should be-
policy, so
It's already
I
there.
understand. I'm saying right now that I do have a problem with that. I think if a student is in a school, he should be treated like all other students. You know, his problems with attendance and whatever else is going on with him should be handled the same as a student who actually lives in that zone. I don't think he should be punished because he's from a different zone. And that's what it appears. It appears that we're punishing a student who makes the same mistake as a student who lives in that zone by returning them back. And so, I do have an issue with that.
Can I ask?
The protocol that y'all are going to bring to us, I recall when we did the very first version of our transfers, one of the things that was originally done was that if a magnet transfer had to sign a magnet, like, transfer contract that outlined exactly what you're talking about, where, you know, if you want to have the benefit of doing a magnet transfer, you understand there's higher expectations to being able to do that. But we had them execute that agreement with the parents at the very front end so that there was no confusion, because, you know, we get that all the time, like when we go to our DRC hearings. Well, I didn't know that if I got in a group fight that it meant that I had to, you know, go to the, like, task for a whole year. But to me, that was the benefit of doing that magnet contract at the front end. Hey, we're going to give you this transfer, but we're all going to sign understanding that if you do X, Y, and Z, then you're going to go back to your home school. So is that going to, is that type of thing where we are having them sign something on the front end going to be part of our protocol, you think?
yes, I think it needs to be part of the protocol, and also notifying the parent of the policy change, which we've done. Any student that has a transfer currently, that parent has received an email about the policy change of the board.
Well, that contract, it's still somewhere. I'm sure we
Yeah.
can find it. And it was something that was reviewed
remember.
and signed by both the parent and the student,
Yes.
so that there was no confusion. Hey, you know, if you're going to go be part of this program, these are the expectations.
Yeah, we'll find that and update it for this, the discipline and.
Any other questions?
Okay, so Jerry, the transfer student, that would be a privilege given to attend the program at another school. So do you think that that would be, the policy would be more motivational to make, that I have to follow these rules to continue to receive the benefits?
No, I know, I think any student, whether you're transfer or not, should follow the general concept that we're talking about. I mean, if you got problems with attendance in your own school zone, that's an issue for me. And but the rules, basically, they sound kind of discriminatory for me. When you say, you transferring to our school, and you make these mistakes, we don't follow the normal discipline procedure. We're gonna ship you out. I mean, basically, we're talking about something that we may suspend a student for, that it may create truancy issues for the parents, maybe even be assigned to the alternative school. But those students who go to the alternative school, they go back to that school zone that they were attending.
I can see your
I
point
think
there.
the normal discipline basically takes care of any issues that a child would have if they are a transfer student.
So I think the issue with that, Jerry, is that particularly with magnet transfers, which is the main ones we're talking about now, because once the diversity transfers phase out, is that those magnet transfer spots for some of our schools, there's limited spots for those. So other students are not getting to get those spots, and they're being taken by a student that is being referred to truancy or is having major discipline problems. So if you're not going to behave in a manner that reflects the fact that you have taken a spot that somebody else could have, then I think it's a legitimate argument to say, well, no, you're not going to get to keep somebody else from having the benefit of that spot. So I think that's where the concept comes from. But
Add something. Do we actually have, I understand you're right, and you're presenting, a scenario that would,
we have students that can't get into Roseland right now. We have students that can't get into Hammond East Side Lower, although I think that's not as much of an issue as it used to be. But at one point, we had limited spots. But those are the two that come to mind immediately.
We also are investing more in transfer students if we're still providing transportation. And so it really is more of a privilege. In addition to that, when they leave their school for which they are zoned, that school is losing MFP money
Right.
as well.
That's what I'm-
So it's just, I think they should, if they've been granted a transfer, they should be held to a higher standard. It doesn't matter. It's not a race or discrimination thing. It's financial. Those kids are getting a better opportunity, potentially, or at least they feel they're getting a better opportunity,
Well, let
I guess
me,
once we get into a discussion about later on, I see your point. Once we get into a discussion about the rules as to what is going to be the criteria for a student losing his transfer, I think that we could probably get a little bit.
let me hit a
more-
pause button real quick and just remind us that all we're doing in this motion
Referring.
is to refer it to policy.
Right.
Yes.
We're going to get a chance to debate this
Okay.
Okay,
and amend it and strike it and whatever the board wishes to do at that point. Right now, let's stick to the subject at hand, which is, do we want to refer this or not? Yes. So any questions or comments, public input? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote.
Voting is open.
Not to cut anybody off, but
no, I was done.
let's save our
I was done.
arguments.
I was done. I
it gives them some-
agree that it's good for a conversation we should have.
Yes, Ms. Indiana.
Hey, Ms. Tilly?
Item 3B.
Berries. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, I was taking
No,
my
I'm
cue
sorry.
from the president over
We
here.
knew we were gonna, yeah, go ahead.
We ready?
You're
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
thank you.
She will throw things at you.
Yes, I know. Item 3B, general updates. Just wanted to say we've had a great start to school, back again this year. And, you know, many of our people, our principals and teachers out there have said to me as we've visited schools, and I know to our assistant superintendents that have been in the schools, that they think it's the best start ever. So we're very thankful for that. And very happy to hear that feedback. Also, I know, knock on wood. Also, tomorrow, all of the kindergarten students go tomorrow. It was Wednesday. So the girls went on Thursday and Friday, the boys Monday and Tuesday. And by the way, just a side note, they say that the boys cry more in pre-K than the girls. I mean, I'm just saying, that came from our people in the field and our teachers. But it is a fact, apparently, and I never knew that. But they said that the boys are, I would think that the girls would be the...
Sent me to school with a bunch of pre-K, I'd cry too.
I would think it would be the girls that were the whiniest, but actually it's the boys. So, but tomorrow, the girls will get the boys in line, and there'll be no more problems. Because they'll be together. But they start tomorrow, so we're excited about that. Also, if you happen to visit any of our lower elementary schools, I ask you to go be strategic and go into some kindergarten classes because of the Once program. I want you to be able to see that. This year we have a paraprofessional, paraeducator, and a teacher in every kindergarten classroom in the parish, from Kentwood to Ponchatoula. The paraeducators have been trained in the Once program. They're now called instructors, and they're going to be doing 15-minute interventions, tutoring with every kindergarten student in the classroom throughout the day. In addition to what the teacher's doing, what the teacher normally does, they'll be pulling kids one-on-one and doing this Once program. And so I encourage you to go in and take a look at that. Especially, they should be getting off this week. They've had the training. They're specially trained for this. There's also coaches that are giving them feedback on how to improve their skill. And by October, our little kindergarten students will be taking little books home and reading those to their families. So this, of course, is one of our strategies to really ensure that every third grader is reading on level and proficient, not just on level, but they're proficient. The other thing I wanted to mention is just reminding the public and you all that if you get a call, encourage your constituents to put their issue in the report a problem portal. We are using that. We've updated it. It's new and improved. And the principal gets a notification as well as the district supervisor, and they will follow up. And it's a way for the parent to document the problem. It's time-stamped, time-dated. And so, encourage your constituents and encourage the families out there to put or it could be for employees could put issues in there. It would come to the district level, and for parents or community members. So put that in there so we can get them archived and in there and documented, and we know that it's been followed up with either by the school principal or the district staff. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Move right into personal privilege, and we'll start down here with Ms. Rose.
Yeah.
You can't use my mic, sorry.
Yes, I had an opportunity to go with Mr. Jinko one of the first days to tour the schools, and we had some great feedback, and I think everybody, there was no issues other than just the minor, bus or carpool issues here and there, but I think we're going to work all that out. I enjoyed, being able to go in with him a little bit, so that was kind of fun. Some of our comments, though, were thankful for things, which is good because we don't ever get thanked, so I was happy that we got some thanks this year. And for the security gates, the higher gates, they have to punch the code to get in or call the office, and I think that the schools feel like they're a little safer now, and I thought that was really great that we did that. So yesterday I had the opportunity to go to the Tangi Chamber luncheon, and they were asking at the end after Miss Julia Letlow gave her speech, and they were asking for questions. Well, a couple people asked a question, but nobody was asking a question. So I stole that opportunity to to raise my hand and ask. And actually, what I started with was to thank her for the ESSER funds that we were able to get, that's allowing us to put air conditions in our gyms and the additional monies that we were able to do to secure our campuses and those type things. So, I kind of started with that. But I did pinpoint and ask some questions strictly about the funds that we were being cut. Like, is there an answer, like, to the grants that or some of those are being cut, and also of course, the Title I money. So she was forthcoming with trying to relay where we were, and that, the Secretary of Education they're working a plan to try to do something about securing other funds because the funds were cut. So I felt good about her answer, and that they would be sending money to the states. And I did make a comment that I hope that when the money gets to the state, that it is distributed to the school systems, and that our governor doesn't hang on to the money and not give it to us, And everybody kind of laughed because that's what everybody was thinking, right? So it was a good luncheon. So I'm glad that I was able to go, and looking forward to meeting with our legislators in a couple of weeks in Washington. So thank y'all for that.
Yes,
All right. First, I want to thank our administration team. I want to thank our maintenance department. I want to thank our project manager, our architects, Mr. McNeely in his office. I want to thank all of y'all because y'all have been amazing through this process. We had some meetings at Punchbowl High about Phase 2. We had some updates tonight, and from a board member standpoint, and I'm sure it's going to be echoed down the line, it means a lot to us that we're involved in that process. So I want to thank all of you. I know that's a lot of hard work, and thank y'all for allowing us to put our input into those decisions on those days. So thank you for that. Thank you to our transportation department. I had a few phone calls for the start of school. They handled them like professionals. We have some wonderful people in that department. I want to, and that kind of gets me to the next section is, I put a video out asking everybody to be compassionate and kind for the first start of school. So far, this has been, like Ms. Dilly said, just the best start for me. I got not as many phone calls. They were a lot nicer when they called me, when they had something to complain about. We referred them to our portal or our online thing, solve a problem. And it's just been a very good start when it comes to how people are treating other people on our campus and how they are talking to one another and our staff. So I want to thank the community for that buy-in and for giving us that courtesy to take care of issues when they're brought up. On top of that kind of goes into what Mr. Jinko brought about. We had an opportunity over the summer to do a flower bed together. We got really close and personal, and he came up with a good idea of, when we were redoing the flower bed, we have a lot of people in our communities that have work that they do for us, and a lot of them are willing to volunteer their time, and especially for a good cause. We have flower beds through our entire parishes that have been, neglected and over time because of ag programs that have come and gone, or just money in general. We had a local business in Laranja go and actually donate his time and energy and redid the flower bed in Laranja. It was Mud Bugs. It's one of our local contractors. When I put that on there for people to apply to do, I've got 5 different people that was willing to volunteer their time and their money to fix the things on our campus. So I'm hoping that we can get that list to those schools, and we can do the middle school and the high school, and hopefully across the parish we can do these things in different areas. But I want to thank them for stepping up and for volunteering and donating their time for our schools. So again, we have a lot of people in our community that could do those things, and I want to thank them when they do those things, because we need more buy-in from the community. It takes a village. And last, since Ms. Stilley said our elementary starts tomorrow, I'm going to do a challenge. I'd like to challenge every board member here to visit an elementary tomorrow and take a picture with a student. So challenge on. I'm going to try to do it. I know we all have busy schedules. If not tomorrow, maybe the next day or the next day. You got a whole till the next board meeting.
Challenge for the week.
Challenge for the week. Find an elementary kid and take a picture with him. Tell him, wish him good luck. Slap his hand, and let's have a good start.
Does grandkids count?
Yeah, I think it counts. I think it counts. Except for Miss Stilley. She's got a lot of them, so I think that's unfair for us. So, but other than that, guys, great start. Miss Stilley, your team's doing great. I have not been more optimistic than I am right now in the state of where we're headed. So thank y'all very much for y'all's hard work.
Moore?
Okay, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to all the teachers. You guys are my favorites. You deal with our children. You have them for 8 to 10 hours a day. If you're coaches, you may have them for even longer. And consider your position as second parents, you know, and treat them the way you would want other people to treat your children. So I'll leave it at that.
Nothing? Ms. Richard?
Down in this, and you said no?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Uh-oh.
Coming back this way.
Oh, you coming back?
Start with
Oh,
Trudy first.
Okay.
We're gonna let Robin talk for a little while.
Yeah, let Robin do it. Well, Joy, you haven't had many phone calls, but I have, and I just want, and so I couldn't say I hadn't, because I have to thank Mr. Jinko, because I have been blowing up his phone, and he has been handling it, all of them, and I love to call him, because when I call him, the first thing, oh, no problem, oh, it's a great day, and it's like, okay, good, now here's my problems. And he said, oh, that's no problem, we'll take care of it. So I want to say thank you, Mr. Jinko. Also, to piggyback on you, Joey, with doing the gardening and the beautification, I'd like to say thank you to our local pastors and the community leaders, because since our first meeting up at Kentwood at Oak Grove Church, from there, they have kept me busy because they have organized several meetings in different areas. As a matter of fact, tonight one is going on at Big Zion Church, where the pastors and local leaders are getting together so that they will become an active support village for our schools. So we are excited about that. Hammond had one down at, let's see, when did they have theirs? The Intentional Village for Youth. On August the 14th, they had it in Hammond, and then they're going to have another one there on September the 18th. There will be one Saturday at Little Bethel Baptist Church. They're going to serve breakfast, and it's all to bring the communities together for the support of our schools. And I just want to give kudos out to that, and that will be at 9 o'clock. And my birthday will be Thursday, and I've delayed my birthday plans so that I can attend the breakfast meeting. So, but we're excited, and we're thanking the community for getting involved, and we welcome you to participate with our children in our schools, because it takes a village.
I would just like to say, like the updates we got at capital outlay and the projects of the gyms, I'm sure everyone that attends the gyms are going to enjoy this when we get it finished, and I'm glad we got the extra money that we could do it instead of in our budget, as well as the Phase 2 projects. You know, we've been waiting years, and I'm glad they're finally getting off and doing well, and look forward to those new buildings far. Also, piggyback on what everyone else said, I've had nothing but good comments come to me concerning the start of new school. It's doing very well. Congratulations to our superintendent and all of our administrators and teachers, and everyone down's doing an excellent job. We do appreciate that.
Thank you. We all need to knock on wood. I'm gonna do it before I start talking here. But yeah, just to echo what everybody else is suggesting, I've had so few calls. I had a call about a bus situation that's already resolved. I had a call about an AC issue. It's already underway. I offered to almost every principal in my district to say, look, if you need me to come walk campus, if there's any controversy or potential altercations, let me come walk, invite me there, give me a reason to show up, and nobody's called me. It's kind of lonely. It's like being in the summer. So congratulations to Ms. Stilley and the executive team, because I mean, this is the best start that I've had. Again, I'm going to knock on wood, but just great job. I mean, so few complaints, so few parent complaints. Tangi school parents is looking nice and polite. Nobody's freaking out on there yet. So, yeah, it's been a good start. So thank y'all very much.
I absolutely love your comment about move on, but anyway, we're not going to bring that up again.
She's not, no longer a problem.
Yeah, please. But anyway, first I want to welcome Ms. Amanda. Thank you for joining us. I hope we don't give you information overload tonight, but Ms. Cindy will lead you in the right path. And the other thing I want to say, I do appreciate, Mr. Page, the information. That's what we have been looking for. There's almost, it seems like lately, from just little things that we hear or I hear, that there's like a us against y'all. Could not be further from the truth. We're rowing the same direction. We get different calls than y'all get, and I understand your world is a lot different than our world, but we are available. If y'all have a question, please call us. I'll be more, Miss Cynthia, Charlie, all of you. Call us. If you hear something that's offensive, I hope you will pick up the phone and call us and say, is this what you're thinking? Because I think too many times information from here to your office may get skewed and get twisted around. I want you all to understand that we're rowing in the same direction. We have the same goal in mind. We want good facilities to put our children in to educate our kids. Y'all have an incredibly hard job to do. We understand that. We appreciate it. We respect it. And there's nothing more that I want to do to support that than to help you in any way possible. And Theron, you know how many times I've told you, do we need to call Entergy? Do we need to, whatever it is, we will do it. If we have to start at the governor and work our way down, we will do it if there's something, a roadblock or a hurdle that you need us to help get you across. You have my promise that we will do that. So thank you for everything that y'all do. Other than that, great start to the school year. I echo what everybody has said. Phone calls have been very good. The few that we've had have been solved real quick by Mr. Jinko and Ms. Dilly and the team. So I applaud y'all for what y'all do. Let's keep up that good work and have a great year. With that being said, last word.
Just wish Janice happy birthday, and also Mr. McNeely's the day after on Friday, so we have 2 birthdays.
Ms. Janice
That we have-
celebrating her 33
Yeah.
right there, right? 33? Yeah. I know we're right there, neck and neck. I know.
Everybody needs to be praying to keep the hurricanes away.
Yes,
Yeah,
keep
that's-
praying. Oh, and thank you to Mr. Matthews, too.
Finally
man.
get our
Had a
vital
project.
roofs
Thank
done
you.
and then another hurricane.
Oh, wait, one more, welcome to Miss Amanda. Today's her first meeting, so thank you for being here and good luck. It's a crazy
Good
bunch.
luck putting up with this vote.
Are you coming back? Are you gonna come back?
I'll entertain a motion to enter executive session.
Move that we enter into executive session to consider the case of David Phillips Jr. versus Tangi Parish School.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Channel 17, proudly serving the Florida parishes.
Mr.
Back
President,
in session. Mr. Duncan?
yep, on the matter of David Phillips Jr. versus
think it's
Tangi Parish School Board, move to adopt council's recommendation.
Motion to adopt council's recommendation. Do I hear a second? Mr. Westerland made the second. Any discussion? Any public input? Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries. Meeting adjourned.